hits you every day, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Just this constant flood of new information, especially in the tech world.
Oh, absolutely.
And sorting out what actually matters from all the noise.
Yeah.
It feels like a full-time job sometimes.
It really does. But, well, that's why we're here, right?
Exactly.
We've waded through a really fascinating collection of updates for you today. Everything from fundamental AI model improvements to completely new platforms.
And some really creative applications popping up all over the place.
Yeah, across different sectors.
And the core of what we're diving into today is this remarkable evolution of AI tools and platforms.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the speed they're changing at is just, wow.
It's impressive.
And it's making a real mark on everything. You know, from coding to how we create content. We've looked at the latest from the big AI players, dug into the nuts and bolts of some cutting-edge models.
And explored some, frankly, surprising ways they're being used.
So our mission, really, for this deep dive is pretty simple. We want to pull out the key insights from all this rapid progress.
Yeah, help you understand not just the techie details, but what these AI advancements actually mean for you, whatever your background.
Okay, let's start unpacking this. How about we look at something crucial for a lot of folks in tech?
Oh.
Coding. And specifically, the story of OpenAI's Codex.
Codex. Right.
Now, for those not coding daily, Codex started out as this really clever AI, like a translator.
Exactly. But not between, say, French and English.
No, it was human language to computer language.
Precisely. Taking plain English instructions and turning them into code. It was built on GPT-3, which most people know is great with text, but then specifically fine-tuned on just mountains of computer code.
Right. And that ability, that understanding and generating code, that's what made it perfect for GitHub Copilot, wasn't it?
That was the key connection, yeah. Think of Copilot as this AI partner sitting right there in your coding software.
Like an AI pair programmer.
Exactly. As you're typing, Copilot, using Codex under the hood, reads your code, figures out what you're trying to do,
and then suggests the next bit. Or even whole chunks.
Yeah, lines of code, entire functions sometimes.
And developers really, really liked it, didn't they? Especially for that repetitive stuff.
Oh, hugely. For generating boilerplate code, the standard repetitive bits, it was a lifesaver.
And even drafting functions just from a comment.
Right. You just write, create a function that does X, and boom, it takes a shot at it.
Yeah.
Made routine coding way faster.
It does make you wonder, though, does this shift the bottleneck? Away from just typing code towards, I don't know, defining the problem better.
That's a really interesting point. Potentially, yeah. It could open up development to more people.
And the story didn't stop there. Copilot didn't just stick with the original Codex.
No, the AI powering it kept improving. There was a big update mid-2023, I think.
Yeah, sounded significant.
It introduced a new model, a joint effort between OpenAI and Microsoft Azure. And the main thing was speed. It gave suggestions noticeably faster.
Like 13% faster, wasn't it?
Something like that.
Yeah.
And crucially, the suggestions got more relevant to the specific project you were working on, less generic stuff.
So, more likely to be actually useful code.
Exactly. Better contextual filtering.
But then there was that weird moment with the Codex API.
Oh yeah, the shutdown announcement, March 2024. OpenAI said they were turning off the API.
Which caused a bit of a stir, right?
Yeah.
Especially for researchers.
Definitely. People were using it for experiments, but then after a lot of feedback,
They reversed course.
they did. Which really just shows how influential Codex had become, you know, in that whole AI coding world.
Okay, so fast forward, 2025. The Codex name is back.
Back, but for something new. A cloud-based coding assistant, now part of ChatGPT.
Right, the research preview in May 2025. And this sounds different, more autonomous.
That's the key word, autonomous. This new Codex agent isn't just filling in blanks.
So more than Copilot's suggestions.
Yeah, you can give it bigger tasks. It works on them more independently inside this safe, sandboxed environment within ChatGPT.
Like what kind of tasks?
Well, you could ask it, say, scan my code for bugs and fix the top 5. Or even, add a user login feature to my app. And it'll actually try to make the changes, run tests.
And suggest how to merge them back.
Exactly. It's powered by a new model just for this called Codex 1, based on OpenAI's newest O3 generation AI.
Right, so quite a journey. From just helping write code faster.
To potentially being a more self-sufficient coding worker, yeah.
It really shows how competitive this space is. GitHub Copilot is even using a mix of models now, apparently.
Right, optimizing for different things. And OpenAI is integrating Codex deeper into ChatGPT, making it central to the workflow.
So the main takeaway here is AI coding assistants are moving beyond just suggesting code snippets.
Definitely. They're starting to aim for handling whole coding tasks autonomously.
Okay, let's shift focus a bit. Google. They're obviously a huge player. What's happening with their coding AI? AlphaEvolve, is it?
AlphaEvolve, yeah, that's the internal name they've been using. And this is a bit different in focus. It's not just about helping you write your application code. AlphaEvolve is really aimed at discovering new algorithms, pushing the boundaries of computer science research itself.
Wow, okay. That sounds ambitious.
It is. Dimas Hassabis, head of Google DeepMind, announced recently that AlphaEvolve, powered by their Gemini AI, has actually discovered completely new algorithms, all by itself.
That's quite a leap. Discovering new stuff, not just applying known patterns. But I wonder, how do we make sure we understand how it found those solutions? Is the reasoning clear?
That's a critical question and something researchers are definitely working on, but the results themselves are remarkable. They tested it on over 50 unsolved or really challenging math and CS problems.
And how did it do?
It independently rediscovered the best-known human solutions 75% of the time, which is impressive validation.
Okay, so it can find what we already know.
But here's the kicker. In 20% of those problems, it came up with solutions that were better than any known human solution.
Better. Okay, now that's significant. It's actually surpassing human ingenuity in some cases.
Exactly. It's not just assisting, it's innovating. AlphaEvolve is designed to literally invent algorithms from scratch.
Like, for what kind of problems?
Things like finding more efficient ways to do matrix multiplication, fundamental operations, or optimizing existing code, finding novel solutions for complex combinatorial problems.
Stuff that's really hard for humans.
Yeah. Even suggesting improvements for data center efficiency or chip design. It's tackling high-level challenges.
And Hassabis mentioned this self-improvement loop.
Right. Knowledge creates more knowledge, as he put it. Algorithms optimizing other algorithms.
So the AI finds a better way to do something.
Which can then be used to make the AI itself run faster or more efficiently, which helps it find even more improvements. It's this positive feedback cycle.
That flywheels are spinning fast. Comment makes sense now.
Exactly. Now, AlphaEvolve was introduced around May 2025, but public access details are still a bit fuzzy.
Right. No AlphaEvolve button in Google search yet.
Not quite. They hinted at wider availability through an experimental service called Jules. They even opened a waitlist for Project Jules.
So maybe integrating it into developer tools, like Google's answer to Copilot or ChatGPT's code features.
Seems likely. It positions AlphaEvolve as their competitor to OpenAI's Codex, but maybe with more emphasis on these really hard, fundamental problems.
So, for the listener, what's the big picture here?
Well, it means AI isn't just using algorithms humans coded anymore, it's inventing them.
In areas we thought needed human intuition.
Exactly. Imagine an AI research assistant suggesting fundamental improvements to software building blocks. If widely available, it could optimize software in ways we haven't even thought of.
Faster sorting, more efficient machine learning training.
Potentially, yeah. It really underscores that the AI race is way beyond just chatbots. It's about these specialized agents pushing expert boundaries.
And it hints at this future of human-AI collaboration, not just for writing code, but for actual invention.
Could really accelerate scientific discovery, technological progress. It's quite profound.
Okay, switching gears again, let's talk about a startup making waves in this space. Windsurf. They used to be Kadiem, right?
That's them, yeah. And they just launched SWE-1.
SWE-1.
It's not just one model, but a family of 3 AI models specifically for software engineering tasks.
So they're building their own models now, not just using others via APIs.
Exactly. That's a big step for them. And these SWE-1 models aim to cover the whole software development lifecycle.
The whole thing. Planning, editing, debugging.
Right.
Not just code generation.
Right. That's the goal.
Okay, tell me about the 3 models.
So there's the full-size SWE-1, their most powerful one. Then SOU-1 Lite, a mid-size one for general fast use, kind of replacing their old base model.
And a mini one.
Yeah, SW-1 Mini, lightweight, really focused on quick code predictions like autocomplete in the editor.
Gotcha. Different tiers for different uses.
Exactly. Mini for instant suggestions, light for common tasks, and the full SWE-1 for the really complex reasoning or multi-step stuff.
And their CEO, Varun Mohan, his reasoning was that writing code is just a small part of an engineer's job.
Precisely. He said something like, writing code is only a fraction of what engineers do, so they built these software engineering native models.
Meaning they understand code deeply, help with refactoring, manage longer tasks.
Right. with this maybe slightly ambitious goal of speeding up the whole process by up to 99%.
99%. Okay, that sounds optimistic. Are there specific scenarios where that's even plausible?
It's definitely ambitious marketing, but early signs are that the main SWE-1 model is pretty competitive.
With the big guys, like Claude and GPT-4.
Windsurf says their internal tests show it's comparable to Claude 3.5 and GPT 4.1 on coding tasks. Handles complex stuff, follows instructions well.
But maybe not quite at the absolute bleeding edge.
They acknowledge it slightly lags behind the very newest models, like Claude 3.7 on certain specific benchmarks.
Okay, so what's the trade-off? Why use SWE-1 then?
Efficiency, it seems. Their model is smaller. They claim it's cheaper to run than, say, Anthropic's models.
So they can offer it cheaper or faster to their users, especially enterprise ones, using their IDE.
That seems to be the strategy. Hitting that sweet spot. Good performance, but maybe more affordable or responsive because it's their own in-house model.
And they mentioned this flow awareness. What's that about?
Yeah, that's interesting. It means the AI tries to understand context across different tools a developer uses.
Like the editor, the terminal, box.
Exactly. If you're looking at an error in the terminal, then switch back to your code. SWE-1 is designed to connect those dots and suggest the right fix.
Okay, that makes sense. Developers are always juggling windows.
Right. So SWE-1 is trained to handle that incomplete code here, command line output there, relevant doc somewhere else. That cross-tool understanding is a key differentiator they're pushing.
And this was all developed in-house by the Windsurf team, the ones who spun out of Codium.
Yeah. And interestingly, SWE-1 launched mid-May 2025, right when those rumors were flying.
The OpenAI acquisition rumors. For like $3 billion?
Yeah, exactly. If true, it just shows how incredibly valuable these specialized coding models are becoming.
Maybe OpenAI wanted their tech, their talent.
Ooh.
Or just to take a competitor off the board.
Could be any of those. But regardless, Windsurf building their own powerful model is a big deal. Puts them alongside GitHub Copilot and Replit in having proprietary coding AI.
And their angle is this vibe coding thing. An AI native IDE.
Yeah, their IDE is built around AI, allowing for conversational interaction while you code, and by owning the model, they get direct user feedback.
To fine-tune SWE-1 based on real-world use.
Right. They said this feedback loop helped them see where other models struggled, like multi-file projects or long debugging sessions, and they trained SWE-1 specifically to handle those better.
So how do people actually use these models?
They're deployed in the Windsurf editor, their specialized IDE, and also in their extensions for other editors like VS Code.
And the pricing.
This is pretty notable. Even free users get unlimited access to SWE-1 Lite and Mini.
Unlimited? That's generous compared to others.
It is. Paid users then get the full SWE-1 for the heavy lifting. The goal is AI help everywhere: writing, testing, code reviews, explaining code, tracking tasks.
So for you listening, this means the AI coding assistant space is getting broader and more specialized.
Definitely. Windsurf shows a startup can compete with the giants here.
And it highlights that trend of vertical AI models super optimized for one thing, like programming.
Which means more choices for developers beyond just Copilot, and for everyone else. Maybe software gets built faster, cheaper, as tools like SWE-1 boost productivity.
Okay, let's move beyond coding. AI is also weaving itself into our everyday productivity tools. Notion is a big example here.
Yeah, Notion, the all-in-one workspace app. They made a big move with Notion AI for work in May 2025.
And the key difference is it's not standalone AI, right? It's embedded in your Notion stuff.
Exactly. It lives within your team's content, meeting notes, project docs, knowledge bases, everything already in Notion.
Their goal is pretty bold: vaporize busy work.
That's the tagline. By having an AI that actually understands your work context. You do wonder, though, how will this kind of deep integration change team dynamics or even what we consider busy work?
Good question. So what can it actually do? They mentioned 5 key things.
Right. First is AI meeting notes. Their slogan, never take notes again.
Oh, I like the sound of that.
It can join your virtual meetings, or you can upload recordings. It transcribes the whole thing automatically.
Okay, transcription. Lots of tools do that.
True, but then it summarizes key points and extracts all the action items.
Oh, that's useful.
And because it's in Notion, those action items can link directly to your projects. So if someone says Alice will update the spec, it can surface that task, maybe even assign it.
Addresses that problem of stuff getting lost after meetings.
Totally. Second is enterprise search. AI-powered universal search across your Notion data, even connected apps.
So you can ask questions about your company's stuff.
Yeah, like what was the decision on the Q3 marketing budget? And it finds the answer from meeting notes, project docs, maybe even Slack is connected.
Like a private ChatGPT that knows your company's context.
That's a good way to put it. Notion argues generic AI lacks that context, so their integrated AI gives much more relevant answers, while respecting permissions, of course, could really boost institutional memory.
Okay, third.
Research mode. Helps you start drafting documents or doing initial research.
Right.
You give it a prompt or keyword, say, for a blog post or project proposal, and it generates a first draft.
Pulling from your existing Notion pages, too.
Yeah, potentially. For a proposal, it might pull objectives or team info from other relevant pages. Helps overcome that blank page syndrome.
Number 4, access to top models.
Right. They're not just using their own AI, they've integrated OpenAI's GPT 4.1 and Anthropic's Claude 3.7 alongside their own models.
And you can choose which one to use.
Within their Ask a Question interface, yeah. Need deep analysis? Maybe pick Claude 3.7. Creative writing. Try GPT 4.1. All seamless within Notion.
And they assure data privacy with external models.
Yes, they say only the specific question goes out, not your whole workspace data.
Okay, and 5th, pricing.
All-in-one pricing. They're bundling all this AI into their business and enterprise plans. Flat rate, around 20 users for business.
Unlimited AI usage included.
Yep, that's a big differentiator from per-use or token-limited models. They pitch it as consolidating tools and cost no separate fees for transcription, search, writing help.
And the companies are using it.
Notion says early adopters include OpenAI themselves, Ramp, Vercel, Harvey, some big names. The idea is centralizing AI help within your existing workflow.
So how does this stack up against, say, Microsoft Copilot or Google Workspace AI?
Notion's advantage seems to be its unity. Many teams already use it as their central hub, their wiki.
So adding AI there feels natural, less context switching.
Exactly. No need to jump out to ChatGPT. The potential is that true all-in-one work hub where you ask questions, draft content, summarize meetings, all using your team's actual data.
Could reduce tool overload and maybe costs.
That's the promise. For you, the listener, it's a prime example of AI augmentation becoming just normal, part of your everyday tool.
Not a separate chatbot, but an assistant living alongside your work.
Imagine meetings without manual note-taking, or onboarding where new hires ask the AI company processes and get answers from internal docs.
It feels like a big step towards that promised office AI assistant that actually knows your business.
And it might become the standard expectation for productivity software pretty quickly.
All right, let's switch gears to something very different. Video generation. Tencent's been making moves here.
Yeah, the Chinese tech giant. They're doing impressive stuff with multimodal video generation.
Multimodal meaning?
Yeah.
Using different kinds of input.
Exactly. Images, text, audio, video, combining them to create new videos. Late 2024, they introduced Hunyuan Video, claimed it was one of the largest open source video models.
Okay, open source is interesting.
And then in March 2025, they launched Hunyuan Video i2V, an image to video model, also open sourced for developers.
Image to video, how does that work?
You feed it a static image and a text prompt. It generates a high-res video clip, inventing motion based on the prompt.
Like that Einstein example.
Yeah.
Eating an apple.
Right. Took a photo, prompted it, and got a video of him eating, complete with crunching sounds. It generates synchronized audio too, or you can provide your own.
Wow. Bringing photos to life. And open sourcing, it means.
Researchers, creators can experiment, build on it. It spurs innovation, maybe sets a standard like Stable Diffusion did for images, could really democratize filmmaking tools.
And then came Hunyuan Custom in May 2025.
Right. Building on that, they call it a multimodal customized video generation framework. Takes even more input types, images, video clips, audio, text prompts.
And the key is customization and control, preserving identity.
That seems to be the focus. It can do some really cool things.
Like what?
Face or character swapping.
Yep.
Take a video of person A, a photo of person B, and swap B into A's video seamlessly.
Whoa. Object replacement too.
Yep. Video of someone holding a coffee cup, reference image of a wine glass. Boom, video now has a wine glass.
Audio-driven animation.
Give it an audio clip and a character image, it animates the character speaking or singing lip sync.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
What about consistency across scenes? That's always been tricky for AI video.
They claim Hunyuan Custom handles that much better. You can generate multiple scenes with the same character, maybe changing costumes or lighting, and it stays consistent, addresses a major challenge.
And composite imagination. Sounds intriguing.
Generating novel combinations. Prompt, girl riding a tiger. Give it separate images of a girl and a tiger, and it composites and animates the scene. getting close to programmable cinema.
How does Tencent fit into the global AI video race?
They're competing with other big Chinese players like ByteDance, Kuaishou, Alibaba, and globally against OpenAI's Sora, Google's image and video, though those aren't public yet.
So Tencent's differentiators are open source, and this focus on customization and consistency.
Seems to be. They explicitly claim superior consistency over other open solutions. Less flickering, characters staying on model, and open sourcing invites global development.
So for creators, this is huge.
Incredibly exciting, yeah. Make a short film starring yourself from a photo, personalize ads, replace backgrounds easily, AI post-production.
It shows how fast we're moving from text to image to full text to video, or even multimodal to video.
Feels like we're really close to indie creators generating complex visual content just from prompts and references. End-to-end video creation is becoming very real.
Okay, while AI is making waves in video, let's not forget text. OpenAI's had some big updates too. GPT 4.1.
Yeah, GPT 4.1 rolled out as the default for paid users in April 2025. Some really valuable improvements.
Like what? Faster? Smarter?
Both. Noticeably faster than 4.0. Better at complex instructions, better at coding, better reasoning generally.
In the context window, I heard something massive.
In the API version, yes, up to 1 million tokens. That's like over 3,000 pages of text it can handle at once.
Wow. Analyzing huge documents or code bases then.
Exactly. Plus, more up-to-date knowledge, cutoff is mid-2024 now.
But the feature everyone seemed really excited about was PDF export.
Finally, yes. PDF export in the deep research mode.
That's the mode that browses the web and cites sources.
Right. So after a research session, getting all those citations, you can just click download as PDF.
And get a nicely formatted document.
Exactly. Not just a text dump. It keeps headings, bullets, tables, images, even the clickable hyperlinks for citations.
That's a huge workflow improvement. No more messy copy-pasting or screenshots.
Totally. You get a polished, shareable, archivable document straight out of ChatGPT.
Thinking about our own process for this deep dive, generating a brief with citations and getting a ready-to-use PDF with live links. That's incredibly useful.
Transforms it into more of a collaborative research assistant delivering a finished report. Makes sharing and reusing the info so much easier.
And who gets this PDF feature?
Right now, paid users plus Pro, team plans. OpenAI says enterprise and education support is coming soon. Seems like the user community is thrilled.
But that wasn't the only update, right? Other workflow things?
A couple of other neat ones, GitHub repo integration, also in deep research mode.
Connect ChatGPT to your code repository.
Yeah. Ask it questions about your code, have it analyze docs within the repo, like an AI code reviewer or helper that can actually read your whole project.
Combined with GPT 4.1's better coding and bigger context, it can understand the whole code base.
Pretty much. Identify bugs, suggest improvements, explain connections, all in the chat. Brings an AI pair programmer right into ChatGPT.
Okay, interesting. What else? Something about shopping.
A bit of a surprise, yeah. A product browsing plugin. You can ask for shopping advice, like recommend a good microphone under $100.
And it shows you products in the chat.
Yep. Listings with images, details. You still buy on the retailer site, but the discovery happens in ChatGPT.
Definitely hints at monetization plans. Affiliate links, maybe? Making ChatGPT a daily assistant for everything.
Seems like it. Convenient for users to get recommendations in one place, too.
So overall impact of GPT 4.1 in these features?
Just a significantly sharper, more capable assistant for paid users. Better understanding, better code, more coherent analysis of long content thanks to the model improvements, and bigger context potential.
Even if the 1 million tokens is API only for now.
Right, but we might see larger uploads allowed in the UI eventually.
The main takeaway then is ChatGPT is becoming more powerful, more user-friendly,
and more integrated. PDF export is a huge win for creators. The other features show it evolving from just chat to a real hub for work and daily tasks.
Moving from chatbot to comprehensive AI companion.
Exactly. And that big cloud deal they struck with CoreWeave shows they're serious about scaling this. AI tools are getting more polished, easier to slot into our workflows.
Okay, let's shift to some fascinating research from Meta AI, this collaborative reasoner or Coral framework.
Ah, yes, Coral. This is really interesting. It's not about making one AI smarter, but improving reasoning by having multiple AIs talk to each other.
Like how humans solve problems. Through discussion, debate.
That's the inspiration, yeah. So a tricky logic puzzle instead of one AI tackling it.
You have two or more AI agents discuss it.
Exactly. They chat back and forth. They could be peers or have roles like proposer and checker. One suggests a step, the other questions it, points out flaws.
And they sort of converge on an answer.
Right, an answer they both agree on. Meta even simulated these conversations on lots of problems to create data on how AIs might reason together.
And the framework itself measures how well they collaborate.
Yeah, does teamwork lead to better answers than working alone? And it helps train them on the dialogue process itself. Learn to anticipate counterarguments, correct themselves, like AI Debate Club.
And the benefit is better accuracy.
That's what they're seeing on some tough reasoning benchmarks. Dialogue forces justification, surfaces mistakes.
So if one AI makes a leap, the other can say, wait, what about X?
Precisely. Leads to more robust answers, and it makes the reasoning more transparent. You potentially see the dialogue, how they got there.
Which is super valuable for understanding AI thinking.
Huge. Meta sees this paving the way for more natural human AI and AI interaction.
Imagine your AI assistant internally consulting another AI for a second opinion before answering you.
Or AI teams with specialists, math AI, coding AI, collaborating via dialogue on complex problems.
Could it also help with AI safety or alignment?
Potentially. If one AI suggests something problematic, another could flag it. Dialogue steers towards consensus, maybe safer outcomes. It's like dynamic refinement through conversation.
And less need for constant human review if AIs can generate their own feedback through debate.
That's one possibility Meta's research suggests.
And Meta's open source this. Framework, code.
Yep, on GitHub. Paper came out April 2025. It's not a consumer product yet, but the methodology could definitely influence future Meta AI systems.
Like Llama or their assistants might use internal dialogues.
Could be. For you listening, the cool angle is AI design borrowing from social dynamics. The emergence of AI teams.
Shifting from the solitary genius AI model
to maybe a committee of experts model resonates with two heads are better than one.
Could lead to more trustworthy, capable AI because they have to justify things to each other. Makes their reasoning more understandable too.
Crucial as these systems get more complex, keeping them robust and aligned.
Okay, finally, let's talk about something fun but powerful for creators. ElevenLabs SWE-1 Infinite Soundboard.
ElevenLabs, known for amazing voice AI, now moving into sound effects.
Infinite Soundboard. So, endless sounds.
Pretty much. It's a customizable soundboard, but the sounds aren't pre-recorded. The AI generates them from text prompts.
So you can create any sound effect you can imagine.
That's the idea. An infinite library tailored to your exact needs. Huge for streamers, podcasters, video editors, game devs.
How does it work? Looks like a grid of buttons.
Yeah, like a traditional soundboard, but to add a sound, you type a description, say heavy rain hitting a canvas tent.
And the AI generates options.
Their text-to-audio model creates several variations. You listen, pick the best one, assign it to a pad, boom, custom sound effect.
From simple stuff like a dog bark to fantastical things.
Exactly. Laser cannon in a canyon, alien forest ambience. If you can describe it, it'll try to make it.
And you can play multiple sounds. Loop them.
Yep. Layer sounds to create rich soundscapes, rain, thunder, campfire crackling all at once for atmosphere.
And a drum machine mode.
Yeah, one preset is an electronic kit, tap out rhythms live, loop a beat. It's like a simple DAW for live sound mixing.
They provide presets too.
Yeah, ambient sounds, film and TV effects, explosions, laugh track, animals, the drum machine, all generated by AI from text prompts like explosion with debris. And the quality is apparently production ready.
The creative uses.
Yeah.
Especially for podcasters, streamers.
Oh, totally. Mid-podcast, you think I need a sad violin sound now. Just ask the AI.
Or generate a custom fanfare during a live stream. Lowers the barrier massively.
No more hours searching sound libraries or needing a Foley artist. Just imagine it. Type it.
Could really boost podcast production value. Custom ambiance.
Storytelling on a ship. Add creaking wood, waves, RPG streamers, on-the-fly monster sounds, atmospheric effects for new locations.
Game devs could prototype sounds super quickly. Royalty-free?
Seems like it. Encourages play, inspiration. You might just create weird sounds for fun.
This builds on their voice AI tech, obviously.
Yeah.
Expanding into general audio AI.
Right, using their Era 1 text-to-sound model. And they've added sharing, save custom soundboards, share links, build a community.
Part entertainment, part productivity tool. Feedback's good.
Very positive. Holy cow, this is cool, like magic. Generating custom SFX on demand wasn't really a consumer thing before.
So for you listening, this brings generative AI to audio accessibly. The audio counterpart to Midjourney or ChatGPT.
Imagination's the limit for sound design now. Makes podcasts immersive, streams engaging, projects spontaneous.
And it's just fun. Shows AI enhancing niche creative tasks, putting a mini sound studio in your browser.
Yeah, pretty amazing stuff.
So wrapping up this deep dive. Wow, it's clear we're in this period of just incredibly rapid, diverse AI advancements across coding, productivity, creativity.
We definitely hit some key themes today. AI moving past just assisting towards more autonomy codex, AlphaEvolve.
Right. And becoming deeply integrated into workflows, like with Notion.
And enabling totally new kinds of creation, like Tencent's video AI and that ElevenLabs Soundboard.
It's easy to feel a bit overwhelmed by it all, honestly. The pace is just intense.
Absolutely. But that's why we do this, right? Try to cut through that noise, highlight what seems most important, give you some clarity.
Exactly. Help make sense of the key trends.
So maybe a final thought to leave you with. Really consider how these evolving AI capabilities might fundamentally reshape how we work, create, maybe even how we reason in the pretty near future.
Yeah. Think about which of these advancements we talked about really resonates with you or sparks the most interesting questions about the potential and maybe the challenges of this huge technological shift.